For some reason, I am feeling some raw energy again today. I don't know if it is my own heart or if I am feeling another person or a collective pain. And it's over. I'm being triggered over the whole concept of God and Jesus or Yeshua. It's a diversion to me, and I'm just going to express what it makes me feel on the inside. Whenever we have to realize and recognize that the terms God and Jesus have very specific definitions, and those definitions were formed by what we learned from the Bible. I don't care if people want to deny that. You wouldn't know nothing about God or Jesus if you hadn't had exposure to the Bible or someone teaching you about it and teaching you about Jesus in that context. And the Bible context, for the most part, is all negative. And so there's negative energy associated with the words God and Jesus. And why it is triggering me yet again, and probably not just because for my own account, but I'm feeling the trauma and the pain of many people in the world, unspoken pain, because people are afraid to resist this energetic umbrella that is defined as God. They're afraid to resist and buck against that, lest they be found fighting against God. But in truth, we are merely fighting against ideas about God. Mental ideas that we as human beings have formed in our mind of what we think and perceive God to be. But back to the trigger of Jesus and God. Whenever we bring in the words God or Jesus, we automatically deflect from the person that we may be interacting with in a very subtle way. That's why it's not detected, is when we speak of the love of God, when we speak of the love of Jesus, we deflect away from the person we're speaking to. It's a weird phenomenon that happens in the mind. Why do we have to take the detour of talking about Jesus or God when we're face to face with a person and all that matters is love? Me loving you. Why do I have to bring in a third party, such as Jesus or God, to have the mind make a detour around the person in front of me? Why is love not simply enough? And why is me loving not simply enough? Why do I have to link my loving action, my loving energy to God to validate my love? What if my love is greater and better than God's love? That's a new concept because we have never learned love as inherent in us. We have always attributed it to a source outside of us, and we call that source God. Mentally, when we use the term God, mentally, we will automatically, by default, think of someone other than ourselves. That's the mental separation that we all suffer from, the separation from God, as religion calls it. Why do I have to even use the language of God and Jesus to express and embody love? Why can't I be the source of that love? I'm just asking these questions to make you think, to perhaps eliminate the bypass of detouring to God and own it within yourself. Own the identity of love within yourself. Because you are love. We've just never been trained to think of ourselves in that way. And it's time that we start thinking of ourselves in that way without constantly deferring to God's love or Jesus' love. No, it's my love. And if I love you, it's my love. It's because I chose to love you. Right? Forget about God's love. I'm the one in the picture, you are the one in the picture. There's just two of us. And we're exchanging energy. The energy of love, which is God. I wish we could dispense with the terms of God and Jesus and just bring it down to the simplicity of love. Love is, and we all are that. I hear that we are approaching roaring Lionsgate energies, and maybe that's where this roar is coming from inside of me. I'm roaring today, feeling roaring energies. Much love from me to you. An addendum to my video I just made, and I apologize if there's a wind noise, about saying God loves you. Why do we say that? Why do we say God loves you? We say that because subconsciously we don't believe that we are love, and we don't believe that we are capable of love, or that our love is good enough. And so we default to the boogeyman love and tell people God loves you. We're too afraid to say I love you because our actions may not match our words. And so it's easier to just soothe a person by saying God loves you. It's cheap. Of course, the mind can create a beautiful story from that, but it's cheap. It's a cop-out. You have to own the identity of love and master that. Become an exceptional lover and source of love. And the next time you meet someone, instead of saying God loves you, you be that love and tell them I love you because I can. I'm able to. My love is good enough. Right? Isn't our mind a sneaky little thing? I'm shining the light on it. You better be ready for it. Okay. Take care, guys.